So anyway, we're gonna talk about the event.
The realities are is that the event was at what's called Lincoln Challenge, and it's an academy, a military-based academy for young people who didn't make the greatest choices. And it's something that just helped them just reestablish themselves. It's a lot of Christian values, but they're not necessarily Christian. And the majority of the camp was males. It was a small percentage of females. And so, of course, we walk in and, they're full of music that promotes, just disrespect and sexual immorality. So we walk in and they're like flipping out, going crazy. But, whatever. The event went on a little long. So, like, all our openers took a good majority of our time. We really didn't get that much time to minister, but I felt like God still moved and did what He needed to do. We got to interact with them, and it was just awesome just to see their hearts, just to see that they really wanted change, that they really wanted to, turn themselves around. It was just awesome. By the time we actually closed, it was only about maybe like 100 in the left, and like 80 people basically just gave their hearts to God. And so we're just hoping that disciples or people come in their life to disciple them and carry out that, for them. But I say it was awesome and God moved. It could have been tighter, but it was sweet.
Very well put. I was blessed and pleased when I heard the promoter do prayer. And when I tell you, it was silence. Quiet silence, and I just began to thank God and thank God. Then I began to, tears welled up from joy. Like, you know what? Who cares if they didn't respect me? They respect you. Just the fact that they knew enough to be quiet because of prayer. And then after that, of course, other artists went on prior to us, like Mo said, and they were just getting with it, repping Jesus, screaming Jesus, and gospel songs came on. They knew the words too, and I was kind of peeking around the curtain and just saw the atmosphere almost change, and that blessed me. So I kind of had to get off shake myself, like, it ain't about me, even though I felt disrespected. But it turned out beautifully. We didn't get to do all our songs, but who cares? Again, many received the Lord, and His word is not a lie. It's not void. There's a comeback void. They received Him, and I believe that lives will change. They can look back and say, hey, I remember when I received Jesus at the Lincoln Challenge through the soul thirst. Thank you. Thank you. So that's cool.
Too, I think a side note is, it's like, we go to Christian events. That's something that I want to talk about. We go to Christian events and it's crickets. We can't get our kids to show any kind of love because they're so hard. But these kids, it was just like the people that came to Jesus because they were really hungry and thirsty for God. It's like these kids knew and could sense that we cared about them and we loved them and they showed us love. And I was like, that's what's up.
I don't know what Christian events y'all went to. There was crickets, but the ones I go to, they do.
It's a lot of kids. It's a lot of kids.
All right, but look. All right. But I know what I'm talking about because I've been to, I don't know how to put it, but I have like the Christian gauge of hypeness. But I've noticed when I minister at spots like we did last night, it's like a whole nother level of hype. You know what I mean? And maybe it's because they appreciate, something, like this going on where I don't think, a lot of times in the church it was kind of like, okay, it may be like, oh, it's another event, you know what I mean? But I think they really appreciated the opportunity to even just express themselves, for a second. But what I was going to say is when we did the joints with the music and everybody was, hey, it was cool, but what we ended up doing, we ended up like just cutting the music. Like I did the song Away, and then just ended up just cutting the music and just saying and just ministering, just straight ministering, because that's what we were all led that, that they really needed. And then Mo, I think, pretty much did the same thing. Miss Reality just got up there gangster, like, look, y'all need Jesus.
Right. But the most important thing too that I was blessed by is prior to us getting here, en route to Champaign, Illinois,
Oh yeah, that was
Mo
dope.
and Kiwi and I, we were able to experience the presence of God and fellowship and worship and engaging. It was excellent. And one thing that we hit on was loving. And he says that we ought to love others more than we love ourselves.
Yeah.
And we were able to do that on last night. If nothing else, we were able to love. I know Mo was kicking it with a bunch of the fellas. Fellas came up to me, Kiwi. We were able to love them, and I will never forget. What really stood out to me last night is when they all got in their little bunch and did their step away. We're like, we love
Oh,
y'all.
okay,
It was,
okay,
thank
okay.
you. And I was like, thank you, Lord.
Miss Reality got.
She took it back.
She took.
Okay, no, we gotta go back
I
to the conversation in
embarrassed
the car.
What I said?
Okay, so we were asking.
Why are you talking?
Because you can't hear me, you ain't gotta speak. We were asking, because Miss Reality is, she's just fire. She's a firecracker. She's just full of so much energy, so much love. So we was like,
They
so
have.
Kiwi was
I called them. I say they Miss Reality's and Mo's personality. I say they like jazz hands. It's like they have that. Kind of personality. I'm more laid back, a little bit more introverted, laid back. Just observing. What you say?
I can tell you do that often, because how do you know that's on your face?
Because it's right there. Okay. But I usually turn it around so I can see it.
Okay,
But anyway, all right. Even lost my train. Oh, so they got these personalities. So I was like, Miss Reality, were you a cheerleader?
Here you go.
And then she was like, yeah. How did you know? Go, rah, rah. So anyway.
So with that being said, all of a sudden, like when we were leaving out, the boys just started stepping, and it was fire. And so they stepped for a little while. We was encouraging them, like, dang, y'all asleep. And then she was like, whatever. So Miss Reality jumped on the set and smashed them.
Lightweight.
Wait, hold on.
What's up? Okay.
No, she took it back to the.
Oh,
I know.
she did. She ain't bust the robot. You so shady,
No.
dog. You so shady. She did not do that.